Another episode of The Walking Dead has passed us, so it is time for another Walking Dead review. Please let me know how you feel about this whole uploading this on Sundays on Walking Dead days, like just before the new episode comes on, because I was a little bit unsure whether I wanted to do that or not. So just let me know what you think, because I would love to hear from you. As usual, if you haven't seen this past week's episode of The Walking Dead, then I just want to say go ahead and click out of this video now, because I will be mentioning spoilers. So I am not responsible if you continue to watch and I spoil the episode for you. So first of all, where in the hell did they get pictures? I know that this is supposed to be 3 months after Carl got his eye shot out and stuff. I get that. It's Alexandria. They have a way of working with certain things. I mean, do they have some sort of already developing camera that they can take those pictures with? Because the beginning of the episode, when it shows a picture of Carl and Judith, where in the hell did they get that picture? It's the zombie apocalypse. They don't have stuff that they can get those pictures printed out on anymore. I mean, unless they've worked their magic in some way and got it. I don't know. Am I the only one who was wondering how they got that picture? But it was cute either way.
Then Rashawn, I cannot talk with the freaking flying shit.
Then Rashawn, oh my god. What the hell happened?
Oh my god. What the hell happened?
I was just sitting there and my jaw was on the floor. I was so excited and so happy. I totally called that last week. I totally said that we now have hope for Michonne and Rick again, because Jesse is gone, all of his other lovers are gone, so now he can be with Michonne in peace and be happy. And this week was just another verification of that. I think most of us were super happy to see that finally happened. I think that we were all kind of hoping for it to happen for a really long time. I mean, they were living together, which was one thing. She was using his razors. But then whenever I seen them sitting on the couch together, I just knew. I was like, they should definitely kiss. And then as soon as I thought that, he grabs her hand, they're clutching hands together, and then he grins at her. I was just like, yes! Yes! Finally!
I was just like, yes! Yes! Finally!
I'm so happy to see them together, and I think that it's just such a real love, because they know each other a little bit more than I think that him and Jesse knew of each other. And I don't know why. I like Jesse, don't get me wrong, but I totally ship Michonne and Rick more. And then they woke up naked in the same bed together. And I was just like, I think that they are so cute. And now every time that I see them, I think my heart is going to jump a little bit with joy, because I'm so happy to see them together. I think that they make one of the cutest couples in the whole wide world.
What the hell is Paul?
Oh, I'm originally from Ohio.
I cracked up whenever that moment happened. And I love that they threw that in there, because I'm from West Virginia. I'm a country girl myself. I'm right next door to Ohio. And here we really do call it pop. So I thought that was really funny whenever Daryl was like, what the hell is pop? I was like, it's this stuff. Yeah, I love that they threw that in there for all of the country viewers out there who watch the show. I would probably be Tara in the apocalypse, dreaming about Pop and talking about it in my sleep, to be honest, because Pop is my biggest downfall. Eugene honestly just cracks me the hell up. Hunky dunky. What else is he gonna come up with? I just think that they need a guy like him with a good sense of humor in the zombie apocalypse. He's hilarious. I love him to death. And just the way that they were looking at him, that got me cracked up too, because Daryl was sitting there what the fuck? And then they showed Rick too, and Rick was sitting there with the same expression on his face. And I was dying. Their face, though. I was really happy to finally see another Rick and Daryl episode. I love their bromance so much, just because it reminds me of a similar bond that I have with a friend, of a similar friendship. which is Ashley. I don't know why, but mine and her friendship reminds me so much of Daryl and Rick's friendship. And I don't know why, I just love everything about their bromance because those two are my men, and those are my favorite characters of this entire show. And it's just like something about them being together just makes me so happy. And it was just good to finally see an episode of those two back together, and just an episode all about them.
Rick's mixtape, though.
I immediately did not trust or like Jesus. Just whenever he first came up, I was like, I would not trust him. Don't talk to him. Just back away from him and run. Go. Like, I would have turned the opposite way. I just didn't trust him or like him. I've got a really bad feeling about him. He just seems like bad news to me. I kind of think that he has something to do with Negan, or he's just bad all on his own. But either way, I think that he's really bad news. And regardless of whether he saved Daryl or not, which I am really happy about, I'm happy that he saved Daryl, but I don't think that I would have took him back with me to Alexandria because I don't trust him, and I think that he is going to be a lot of trouble. I would have just left them there personally. Did I mention that Daryl and Rick looked damn good in this episode? I think that I mentioned that last week, but whew, I was like, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. And
But I was like, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
And then, ironically, right after they got the truck back from Jesus, they were eating a chocolate bar in the truck. So I was like, are they eating a Kit Kat bar? 'Cause I think Alexandria has really started to change Rick. Now that he's starting to finally let more people in there, and he's wanting to bring more people in, like, I think that that's a really good thing. You know, for the people that are bad, like, I think he knows exactly what to do with them, but I think that it's kind of like an even amount now. He's got a good side in him thanks to Deanna and Alexandria, and then he's got, like, that one side that's like, you don't mess with my family. So I think that it's kind of just like an evened out thing with him now. He knows what he's doing, but I think that the good side's kind of getting more brought out in him now, which I think is wonderful. But I think that Daryl is starting to have like some trust issues thanks to like Negan's group and just like the things that he has been through, which I kind of don't blame him in a way because I would probably be the same way if I was in the apocalypse. Yeah, I think that they're going to have to try and get more good out of Daryl because I know that he has good within him, but he's just like, you know, like, I don't trust anybody, which, like I said, I don't blame him because if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be trusting one single person other than my group. I think that Glenn and Maggie are starting to take Enid in as like they're starting to take her in as like their adopted child or something. Like, I think that their parenting instinct is finally kicking in, and like they're kind of parenting her and like treating her as if she were their daughter, which just kind of like says how good of parents that they're going to be whenever Maggie finally has her baby. And I thought that it was really sad seeing Walker Deanna because I really liked her. But I mean, at least we got to see her again. Like, that wasn't the last time that we seen her, but like it was kind of sad seeing her as a Walker. But I think that it was a really cool thing that Carl did for Spencer by leading her to them and not killing her. I thought that that was a really cool thing that he did, and I'm happy to see that he was okay, that the whole getting shot in the eye thing didn't like get him down. And I think that Spencer didn't really think that he was a part of anyone's family. Like, before Deanna passed away, I thought that he kind of isolated himself from everyone in Rick's group because he thought that they weren't gonna like him or take him in as one of their own. And I think that he was really starting to realize in this episode that he does have someone who cares about him. He does have somebody who loves him, and he is a part of someone's family. I think Michonne really showed him some of that in this episode, and I hope that he sticks around longer. Like, I hope that we get to see more of him in his storyline.
So long, you prick.
And then the badass is struck once again. I kind of felt bad that their food, like, went into the lake with that truck. But I'm just happy that they managed to find a way back home without getting killed. But I felt really bad for them, but it was also kind of funny watching Daryl, like, chase Jesus around. Not to mention, like, I really think that it was kind of creepy how Like whenever Michonne and Rick woke up, like he was standing in their room watching them. Like that's just a little bit strange. He's like a stalker or something. Like something's going on with him that I don't trust and that I don't like. Then again, I don't think that I really like anyone new on The Walking Dead until they prove to me that they're otherwise. And I love the little bond that Carl and Michonne have with each other. I think that it's so sweet. And once again, it made me want to cry whenever Carl told her that he would do that for her, if it were her. I can totally see them all together as a family. Like, just the way that she treats Carl and the way that Rick treats her and just, like, how they all are together. Like, I can totally see them as one happy family. I thought that what Carl said to her was super sweet. And overall, I think that it was just a very happy episode compared to last week. And I feel like we Walking Dead fans really needed that little, like, break. And we actually seen some happiness in this episode. So I was pretty happy. And the most shocking moment for me was definitely Roshone. I mean, wow. I don't think anybody was really, I think we were all seeing it coming, but I don't think anybody was really expecting it to be that soon. And I just love Rick and Daryl, like, so much. And it was just great to see them together, like I said, in their own little episode. This was definitely a great one. And I know I say that about every single one, but this was definitely a great episode of The Walking Dead. So that was it for my review for The Walking Dead from this past week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment and let me know what the most shocking moment for you was. And what was your favorite moment out of this episode? The most shocking and my favorite moment was definitely the Roshone part. So I would love to hear from you, and just let me know what you thought about this episode. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week with another review. What was with Jesus standing in the room watching them, though?